Hi everyone, just me, myself and I here today, Lensmanoz, ready for another episode of Foolcraft. This is episode 17. Yeah, kids aren't available today, we've got a lot going on at the moment, so guess a heads up, some of my episodes may be a little bit sporadic. Try not to be, I'll try to continue doing episodes as I have been. But potentially there may be the day or two here or there where the normal episode that goes through, so got this turned on for some reason. It may not happen on the right day, but that's alright. As I said, I'll try and get what I can done. But I've been mucking around a little bit with our mob farms. Mob farms. Look at all the gold over here. Jamarella needs to do something with those chickens. Been mucking around with these farms. And you can see there's a new one right up on top. Actually, there's two here, and then there's one on top. So let me get rid of this. You can see this. This is nifty. I managed to get the legendary rings, the Jordan, and the pearl from the bags. I was getting weapon case loot. Got a lot of junk in here. Need to clean it out. Been sorting through the stuff that I get from my legendary bags. I don't have any pet or artifact, but by looking at this you may actually realise what I've done up top here. So you can see here we're getting blizz rods. The reason I wanted to get blizz rods, I went out, where did I go, how far out? I was looking for the right key then. I picked him up, a blizz up around here. Got one of the little mob things you need to enable the farms. Got one of them. I want to set up the blaze one too, so we might actually do that this episode. Only problem is when I set him up, the blizz, when you hit the blizz with the mob prism, it actually states it's a level 1 mob, but it's not. It's a tier 2. So it requires the tier 2 farm. So I'd already built the tier 1 thinking that it was going to be a tier 1 mob, and not to be, so I had to pull it down. I had to add the extra orange around the outside. But this is a blizz, which is a tier 2, which doesn't require the tier 1 heads, which I thought it did. It's just got the red here, but got the 4 tier 2s, which took me a bit to craft actually. It was a little bit of a pain. I had to make a second hammer. But you can see I've done some changes here. I have an ender chest on them now. Is this guy running? Yes, this one's running. I've got an ender chest on it, and same with this second tier. I've got to pick this up. I think I will need to. We started out here somewhere, so I need to go out. One, and the extra row 2, so I need to go across 2 from here. I'll place that in a second. So they all output to this cyan ender chest. You can see how it'll open up, and then I've got an elevator here. They all output to down here, and this has just got the extraction on it here. Only got 2 upgrades in it. Probably could put more, but not a big issue. I decided to leave this like this. Potentially I could have made a couple more ender chests and put them here. And then put all my speed upgrades into one, which I probably could still do. But yeah, it seems to be working. I'm getting blizz rods, and the reason I wanted blizz rods was for I need to make cryothium. And cryothium requires blizz powder, which we get from blizz rods. So, needed blizz rods, got them, thanks for coming. I don't have these farms turned on at the moment, but on that, we're out of power. Something's chewing the power. So I've put power cells under each of these, and it's still, the bottom level's still running off this setup here. We're out of power. Why are you out of power? I've only just logged onto the server. Are you running flat out? I guess we're just using a lot of power at the moment. I mean, potentially I could go and turn this farm off at the top. It's still going to fill them up though. It's full. I'm going to turn you off for the moment. He uses 320 hour per tick, which is a lot. Otherwise we're losing power to something. Do I have my quarry running? So I'm going to have to break all these things because I've just logged onto the server and I haven't had a chance to break everything yet. There is a bug, and I tried updating. Nothing's on. Power's obviously just going to those farms, I guess. I tried updating refined storage and it doesn't seem to do the trick. So you can see here nothing's getting pulled out of this. But if I break this and replace it, my upgrades back in, it's working again. And I don't know what's causing this. I've been doing a little bit of research. I haven't reached out to the mod author yet, but I've been doing a little bit of research to try and work out the problem. It broke this system as well, which is terrible. Pretty much breaks any of your importer or exporter. So this one won't work if I turn him on for a second. Nothing gets pulled out of there until I break and replace that. Now look, the power's coming up now. So yeah, bit annoying, which means automating things is hard, and like all this system here is not going to work. Generally, I try to break and replace this as well, but I can sit here and go, oh, I want a. Oh, hang on, let's go at woot. I need 40 of these. No blaze powder. No under iron apparently. Guess I'm missing blaze. Should have heaps of blaze. Would have expected I had more than that. From the blaze chickens. Oh, that's a smelter. Yeah, so things are a little bit derpy at the moment, and I'm not sure why. Really thought it should have been working fine. So I want to get a blaze farm too, so let's get these going. I know I needed under iron, didn't I? Let's make some of that. Get it furnacing up. Should look at making an ultimate furnace at some point. You can just go in there. Pretty sure it won't actually. Yeah. Break and replace. Alright. So none of my none of these crafters will work at the moment, but the other stuff will. So what did I need? I did make the woot book. I'm not sure where I put it. I might have put it in here. Here's my blaze thingy. There it is. So for tier 2, there is a 13 grey, 16 red, 40 orange. So I'm going to want 13 grey. Pretty sure it was 15. That stone in there and this in here. Yep. Oh, really? 15 red. Derp. Why didn't you guys stop me? Why didn't you stop me? 15 red and 40 of these. Alright, and then I'm going to require 4 of them. Cool. 40 of them. 4 of them. I've already made these guys. You can see Enderman's a tier 3. We've got sheep, cow and spider, not a big issue. And then our tier 2, I'm going to require you away. Okay. And there's a reason I wanted to do this, because I need the blaze powder. I want to make another one of these. Need more prismarine. Do I not have one more prismarine? Let's look up here. I don't see prismarine. Alright, give me a second. And I'll be right back. Okie dokie. Got some prismarine from a loot bag. Took me a bunch of loot bags to get through. Moved a gold chest over so I could just import them straight into the system. So there's probably a ton of junk in here that I just didn't need, but it was becoming too much. I couldn't. It was being a bit of a pain, that's all. So let's just get this done. Link. Power's terrible. So let's quickly get this set up. Probably going to need some blocks, that's fine. I'm sure there's some in a junk chest. Really quick with this, these rings on. Let's just take... That'll do. Right, so let's head upstairs. And we'll go what? Up 1. And over 2. And if I put this block down here, there's a tier 2, is that okay? Yep, cool. So that's exactly where that needs to go. So then we get all our other bits here. Technically I can grab this guy and put him on top of there. Give him some power and then alright. It's a little bit hard to see when you're actually up here on it, but that's not where I want that. Of course it drops all the way down because I don't have a magnet. But let's get this thing built. Another one there. And I'll have to go down and grab that block so I can finish this. Alright. Black, black, red, red, black, black. I did derp up my numbers too, didn't I? Let's see. I'll go down and get that block. And grab another one. How far down did it drop? Should be down here. Let's grab a red block. I don't want platinum nuggets. Red. Thank you. Cool. So a couple of things I want to try getting up and running. Once I get this farm going, we'll get the blaze in it. And then we shall look at doing some upgrades. Whether I get to that in this episode, I'm not sure. But I do want to do upgrades to make these more efficient because they are very power hungry. Alright, so all we need now is 1, 2, 3 and a capstone. Tend to jump up here and do 1, 2, 1, 2. And having this extra boost from this ring is a little bit of a pain sometimes. But other times where I need to jump like that, it's fantastic. 1, 2, hit it with the blaze. Cool. I'm going to need a lever. That's running. It costs 102,000 RF. And that'll get blaze if I put a chest down. Should get blaze powder in there. Cool. So let me get a lever so I can turn this off. I need some sort of wireless crafting, I think. Lever? No. Cool. I'll head up and turn this off, and then we will look at getting some more upgrades for our engines. Turn you off. Probably just decimated our power. Alright, so now that we've got Blizz coming in, Blizz rods, I'm gonna. Oh, that's meant to be locked. Where's my key? Hello, key. Thank you. Lock you. I'll take that for now. Right. No, I don't want one. I wanted the whole stack. Let's just grab some stuff. Never know what you need, right? Okay. Let's head back over here. So I need to make a few things. We obviously need... Can I sag mill these? Nope. Can I pulverize them? Nope. So it's just a straight craft. Well, it is what it is, right? So I can make 66 of them. These things away. Right. So I want to make upgrade. I want to make a signalum. So I should have plenty of signalum, and electrum gears is another thing. So let's go in here and go electrum gear. This. Then that. Snowballs could be an iffy one. Do I have room in here? Probably not. No. I need another crafter. Probably not going to be able to do that. Because this won't be working. See? It's got no power. So I can break him. Which is generally why actually lately I've been running with this turned on for the moment. Just because when I break them, they go flying. So normally why this is like this. So even this gets has a problem. And then the extractor's underneath here. So I'm gonna throw it in there. Yoink, gotta get up there. Oh, I want to get up here. These ones. No, here. They don't work either. Cool. Hopefully that should be working now. It's like it takes a couple of minutes, but it's still, you know, I shouldn't have to do it. So what was I making? Oh, the crafter. Craft. Did you make me one? Please. I know I broke some stuff, but you know. Need a couple of things before I can make my crafter. Probably can make my next thing. Right, so you're done. Cool. Craft. There we go. Excellent. I'll plop him there. Let's see. I'm not sure what I've got in the way of snowballs. Can I make an upgrade? Ooh, okay. How many can I make? I only need what, 8? 7. Oh, I can make that. Excellent. Pretty sure I got 7 engines. And then what have we got in the way of augments? More energy is produced by fuels. So I can use these and get normal power output. So if I type in augment, pretty sure these are just the 2 for the power for the dynamos. That's just accessibility, and this is advanced throttle. Yeah, so let's just get another, what, 3 of these? Can I do that? Cool. Let's go see what we can get out of our... I'm running low on food, actually. It's funny. This is still the stack of toast I had from a few episodes back. Doing alright. Okay, so currently we're putting out... they're getting pretty full. They put out about 240 each. So what I might do is, just so I can simulate... Let's do this. I want to put a big drawer on my system so I can see just what we're putting out. So let's turn at least these few on. Don't really need... this one over here is creepers, by the way. I don't think I showed that. This one does creepers. I was after gunpowder. I was thinking I'd need gunpowder. But these should all be running now. 100. These should crank up to... Should go up to whatever it is. I want to say it's 240 it puts out. We've got the 2 things here. And I'm not worried about the fluid because we've got 2,000 buckets. 125. Alright, let's put these things in. Kind of want them to get to full noise before doing this. Let's check in this chest. There'll be stuff that's waiting to go somewhere. Oh. How are you doing? Oh, you're probably not set to output, right? Out. Oh, in the wrong box. You are supposed to go in here. You will be smashing power now. Cool. That'll be why we won't get in blaze. Sheesh, silly me. Alright, how are these engines going? We're putting out 240 RF a tick. So this should increase output. Oh, I made one too many. That's for the engine down there. Shush. Okay, so we're now putting out 300 RF a tick. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. And let's get our augments. So it was 300, right? 400. That gives us a whole other 100 RF a tick. Awesome. 24. Pretty sure 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. They're putting in 2800 RF a tick in. Cool. Did I miss one? Did I miss one? I did. How did I miss you? There we go. So that's putting in a fair amount. Power's still dropping very rapidly. But these guys are all cranking out 400 each. So now that we've got those extra items coming in, blaze rods. In you go, my friend. Do I have any upgrades in here? Probably not. Yeah, you'll do. There we go. Stack limit's 168. So we get blaze rods, snowballs, and blizz rods. Sulfur. We're gonna need another draw. Yeah, gonna need another draw. Oh well, it'll backlog. All right. So that's another, another step in the right direction. Next, I want to try, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get it done this episode, but let's I want to upgrade those engines again, but let's look at really quickly. We've got these efficiency and these sort of upgrades. Now this one here is what I want to kind of look at, the efficiency. I wouldn't mind doing efficiency and then perhaps mass. So you can do, I don't really need, I mean looting would be cool. But efficiency would cut the cost by 15%, which isn't too bad. So I can put 2 on a rate requires us to get enchanted books. So I was looking at Ender IO's enchanter, so I think I'll make one of these. Probably can just make it, I think. Yep, got everything in there. Now this is where those levels are going to come in handy. Let's just see. So back to Woot. And I've got a couple of minutes left of the episode. Let's have a look. So the efficiency ones require an efficiency 1 book. So maybe we can do like efficiency 1 and I don't know about XP collecting. Looting would be cool, or mass. So instead of spawning 1 mob, it spawns 4. This spawns 6, and this spawns 8. So I wouldn't mind doing mass. So we've got to get fortune and okay. Let's set this over. We'll use the terminal over near the tank for this because I've got that experience obelisk. So let's put you down. And if I want speed boost, okay. Efficiency. Protection 1, auto smelt, fire protection. Just looking through the books. Efficiency 1 requires a redstone and lapis and a book and quill. Okay, and 5 levels. Okay. Book and quill, redstone, lapis, and some levels. Let's use this efficiency 1. So you. No, I don't want to do that much. That's efficiency 2. Let's cut half them out. 5 levels. Okay, so that's efficiency 1. Nice. So I plan to. What was mass? What did mass need? Mass. Fortune 1. What was the recipe for fortune? Should have looked as I went through, hey? emeralds. So I just need an emerald and another book and quill. Probably a bit more lapis. Lapis come in handy. Another book and quill. Should have plenty of emeralds. Look at them, 68 blocks. Just a couple. And I'm probably going to need a few levels, right? Let's get like that many. Take that out of there, put that in there, and that in there. Okay, it wants 13 levels. Yep. There we go. Efficiency 1, fortune 1. Get rid of this other junk. And then we'll make stuff can go away. Chicken poop that keeps flying at me because I've still got that on. Whoops. Okay, gonna make that tier 1 upgrade. And then please. So that's a mass 1. And then the efficiency. I need what, 9 of these. Cool. And efficiency 1, mass 1. Now I'm not 100% sure where these go on the farm, but let's see, which one should I put it on? I don't know. Kind of want to try it out on this. I think all I've got to do is to spawn 4 mobs every 320 ticks, and it's costing 559 RF a tick. And if I put this down, it's only costing 475. Now the tier 2 can take 2 upgrades, so I can actually take this and put a number 2 on top. Like maybe we'll move this on the front. But I can do these for both. So pretty much when this is running, which is running at the moment, yes, it will make 4 mobs every 320 ticks as opposed to 1 mob every 320 ticks. It's 320 RF a tick. And like, don't get me wrong, this one is higher, but I'm doing 4 mobs, whereas it would have been, what's that, 152. So for an extra 50,000 RF, I'm getting 3 extra mobs. I mean, that's worth it. That's worth me making some books. I don't know if I can automate that. I've got a lot of experience though. So I can make a few more books. I'm going to put it on this Blaze one as well. Look at all the books we're getting. All the bags we're getting. So we're getting snowballs, and we're getting tons of bags because this is now spawning 4 mobs. Nice. So I'm going to do that to a few of these, just to sort of increase our... We've got 2 legendaries in there now. Let's open them, just because. What's in here? It's full. I'll do these manually, so we can see what's in them. Junk, 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 and junk. I'll take that. What's in the other one? It's all pretty junk. That's what I mean, you know, like sometimes it's almost worth just grabbing the lower tier ones. Oh. Don't you want your wood? Sheesh. It's worth grabbing the lower tier ones just to bulk open a whole heap. Anyway, I think I'm running over time now, so I'm going to make a few more of those upgrades. I'm probably going to try the tier 2s up here. See just what we can push out as you know, loot, I guess. Perhaps I'll look at, I don't know, I'm going to have to go through the system and pretty much just like go at Botania and like purge some of these trinkets because they're just going to take up space. I don't really need them. And there's a few other bits and pieces in here that is just like, do I really need these fake blocks? Yeah, DecoCraft. Let's see what's in here in DecoCraft. Deco. There's a few things I don't really need. So it's going to, you know, take up space in my system that I don't need to use. But yeah, this, I'll get another drawer over here as well, and we will hopefully start spawning a bunch more stuff. These are all running too, aren't they? I left them running. So everything's running, and we're still full of power. How are we going over here? Are these all cranking? Eh, they normally put out 400. That's actually pretty good. We still got 2,000 buckets. Oh, nice. We've got heaps of power now. I'm going to level them up again though. But yeah, so we've got 2 tier 2 mob spawners up here. We've got 4 tier 1s. I could probably put another, like a spider or something at the back here. But I'm thinking maybe we'll build a building around the outside of this. Tidy it all up, make it look like a skyscraper or something. I mean, it looks a bit funny here. But that's what the elevators are for. We can always go up again. And this will be our mob tower. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Please leave those comments in the section below. Oh, parkour skills. And come back next time. The kids will probably be with us next time. I hope they will. And we'll, I don't know, maybe do some more of that enchanting, or let's get our engines up to a higher level. I did mention in the last episode, just really quickly, that I was going to look at dimensions. This one doesn't have RF Tools dimensions in it, I don't believe. Pretty sure it's just got... Oh, maybe it does. Oh, we've got matter receiver, but I'm not sure about the whole dimension piece. So, I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I was reading a forum post that had about the Modpack, and that it doesn't have RF Tools dimensions. So maybe we need to work out how we can get this. Oh, it's craftable. There you go. So yeah, there is no dimensions in this one. You've got to craft the dimensional shards. That's a lot of materials to craft. Anyway, alrighty. So thanks everyone again for watching. There's the other way of getting them. And I hope you join us for the next one. See you next time.